quitting alcohol. So the US just waltzed into Venezuela, took the president, Maduro, or whatever the fuck his name is, Maduri, and they're like, well, Venezuela, you're free now. Congratulations, you're free. The America, the drug problem's finished. All that Venezuelan cocaine that is destroying America is now over. And yeah, I think we're just going to run Venezuela for a little while. Some Americans are like cheering it, just going, yeah. I can assure you, the only benefit America is going to get from this is there's going to be many, many, many more Venezuelans coming to the USA. This wasn't a win for the American people, I can tell you that right now. This is basically, it's difficult, but this is pretty much the US, and the US is just a proxy for the multinational corporations. So when I say the US, I don't mean the USA as a people or as a nation. I mean the US as the host state of the multinational corporate extractors. So basically, the US is going to consolidate their region, and their region is the Americas. So the US will be basically not completely, but more or less withdrawing from most of their distant outposts, like the Middle East, Asia, somewhat. Europe will still remain a vassalized state, but the world is going multipolar. The US will be the hegemonic power in North and South America, and obviously taking over Venezuela like overnight indicates that very strongly. Venezuela has the most oil in the world, so now they have a giant asset that they will be able to extract wealth from. And this does not mean the American people are going to benefit from this at all. It just means mega profits for the multinationals and leverage against the other players of the multipolar dynamic. It's all power plays. So the US will be taking control. I assume they pretty much already do, but Canada will become a vassal state, like a complete vassal state of the US in the not too distant future. The Middle East is going to normalize. The wars are going to be over in the Middle East. They will be moving towards Europe. Russia will take Ukraine and try and consolidate that area. But the wars are going to be fought in Europe this time around. Like last time, pretty much. Mark that, by the way. NATO is spending up a fucking storm in Europe. So there's going to be no de-escalation there. And China, I think China is just going to, if not in the near future, but in the relatively near future, they'll take Taiwan. Like, the world's being carved up now. What you thought were sovereign nation states, they never were. They were always vassal states of some bigger power. The people living in those countries never knew they were controlled. Like Australia is just an outpost of the US. And I don't mean the US as a nation state. I mean the US as the host nation of the powerful multinational corporations. So Australia is subservient to those corporations as well. There seems like there's going to be like 4 blocks. There's going to be the GCC, the Gulf Cooperation Council, who will take control of the Middle East, with the heads being Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Iran will be taken into the fold. So that area is going to normalize. The wars are going to end in that area. Like, there'll still be conflict, but it will be like civil conflict. It won't be like an outside power raping and pillaging. There still will be a little bit of raping and pillaging. Like, the military-industrial complex is moving out of that area, and the banks and finance are moving in. So they're still going to get fucking worked, but they will have some semblance of autonomy. So that area is sort of going to look after itself. China's China. They'll be doing their thing. The US, which is subservient to the multinationals, will be controlling this region of North America, South America, Central America. It ain't going to be fucking pretty, but that's what's happening. And obviously, now that the mask has been removed, the US are just going to go in and take Greenland. Sounds wild, but it's going to happen. Russia is going to take Ukraine. Apparently, there's been deals cut behind the scenes between all these major powers, because China and Russia backed Maduro up until a point, and they extracted all they could from him. And once the US moved in, they're like, yeah, all right, whatever, you take him. You take Ven, but I'm taking Taiwan and I'm taking Ukraine. So those are the 4 areas. And from what I read, it's Europe that's in trouble now. The military-industrial complex is repositioning itself into Europe. They're moving away from the Middle East now. And Europe is going to be the military-industrial complex's playground. So let's see if any of that comes to fruition. But basically what I'm saying is, do not listen to anything about what's going on at the moment. Any reason, anything that's coming out in the media is a lie. 110 lie. Some Americans might be cheering this, but I can guarantee you this could not be a worse thing for the actual people of the US. Anyway, fucking there's some GeoBoyle. GeoBoyle politics. That'll do for tonight, and I'll see you the fuck later.